Today, I want to briefly rant about how people manage to take a community that could be enjoyable, where film lovers could express their love for, you guessed it, film, but instead turn it into a completely unnecessary all-out war. It's a bunch of randoms battling over whose interpretation / opinion over a film is correct. Count how many times I say the word opinion and interpretation in this video. Bet it's a lot. Once I realized a long time ago that film Twitter is basically a mass group of aggressively opinionated people who make it their 9 to 5 projecting their opinions onto others, I had to get out of there. It's not everyone though. I must say, some of y'all are pretty funny. Some of y'all are very funny. And please don't get me started on the trend that is utilizing the term media literacy. Trust me, I know there is a severe lack of critical thinking skills. I'm not the first to say that illiteracy is an ever-expanding disease that's infecting more than half of our society. That's abundantly clear. But people will learn a new term, make it their whole personality, then use it excessively, which causes it to lose its meaning, or it's not being used in the right context. People will claim you don't possess media literacy, all because you interpreted a film differently than others. I don't know how many of you need to be reminded, but film is subjective. Understand that, people. It's not rocket science that we'll all feel differently regarding pieces of media. I'm merely a ghost on Twitter now. I stopped being active because people can truly suck the joy out of articulating your thoughts on a film. Don't ever dislike a film that the majority love, because you will be shamed and sentenced to death. But don't also love a film that many dislike, because you will be ridiculed and people will attempt to convince you that you're a complete moron for liking it. Let's look at the recent Oscars, for example. If award season will do anything, it makes film Twitter the most insufferable part of the internet to be on. If you're not on film Twitter or Twitter in general, there had been discourse, as there always is, around the nominees. Everyone knows of one battle after another by now. Obviously, plenty love the film, but it's also obvious plenty did not. Now, if you're a part of the group who didn't particularly like this film, then the chances are astronomically high that individuals were in your quotes or comment section stating,
"You don't know how to watch movies.
You don't know how to enjoy or digest uncomfortable films.
You're too dumb to understand it. You don't understand the art of films."
Mind you, I said didn't love the film, not despise it. People will have constructive criticism. This is nothing new. Y'all enjoy running to the conclusion that someone doesn't understand the film industry, but we can easily say the same for you who cry and whine when an article or tweets point out where a film's weakness lie, as if critics and public opinion have never existed. Also, to classify one battle after another as an uncomfortable film is incredibly far-fetched. Themes presented in this film have been done before in a far more in-depth and graphic manner. Additionally, to become upset over tweets after the award season, the film already won its award, so be happy and move on. Was the movie entertaining? Yes, but it personally, it did not leave a lasting impression on me the way other nominees did. Am I allowed to feel that way? Yes, I absolutely am. There's nothing wrong with that. I will never allow strangers to make me feel as if my opinion is invalid simply because they don't agree. Like, I'm sorry, but who are you? See, in a perfect world, if PTA won Best Director and Best Pick for Phantom Thread, that would have been everything. I would have been there. I would have been applauding, standing up, throwing parties, throwing huge. You guys being pricks online once you see someone with contrasting opinions to yours reveals that you either don't speak to people in real life, or if you do, you're all exactly the same. You don't challenge each other in a healthy manner. You don't know what it is to agree to disagree. You don't know how to compromise or meet in the middle. You have no clue how to have conversations that consist of various perspectives. To put it simply, you are immature. Unlike you guys, many of us are able to hear someone's opinions or feedback, listen to, understand, then respond respectfully. Constructive criticism does not equate to hate. To extend feedback does not mean there are underlying intentions that the person loathed the movie. They watched it, analyzed it, and now are relaying their opinions, both personal and technical. Now, if someone said, "Hey, this movie was ass," I could understand the offense there. There's nothing presented to back the claim. It's just a rude and hateful comment. See how there's a difference? People will really say, if you like these movies, that says a lot about you. A person's favorite movies says a lot about a stranger. A stranger on the internet? You mean to tell me you can break down a person to a T based on their favorite movie?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
If you've been on film Twitter for a long while like myself, you know that there's always been racists on there. Yeah, you heard me. We casually have racists roaming the streets and living in the walls of film Twitter. Racists infiltrate every space in existence. It is always devastating, but never surprising. They decided to show face once the possibility of their preferred nominees not winning became possible. They don't want to see black people or any person of color succeed. The biggest example regarding the recent award season was Sinners. They saw in their lives that the film industry is meant for white people and white people alone. Not only is this a downright idiotic notion to believe, but that's 100% loser behavior guaranteed, no money back. As if life doesn't go on once award season is over and we begin preparing for the next one. You are only accepting of films made by white people about white people because you are mentally and artistically stagnant. You refuse to open yourself up to stories that don't involve people who look like you, speak your language, or believe in the same things as you. But you are the same people who truly believe that you can decide who understands films and who doesn't. Okay. I honestly don't think that you're in any position to critique anyone considering the limitations you've bound yourself to due to personal preference. Oh wait, a film dominated by people of color can succeed. It can perform well as long as it doesn't exceed or surpass their white counterparts. It was beyond disappointing to see the celebration of films be reduced to bets involving millions of dollars being wagered to see who would win Best Oscar or Best Pick. At that rate, the plot was completely lost. You know what? I request that next award season, we have the people vote. Yeah, the cat's been out of the bag. The Academy members are not watching these films. But then again, can we even trust the people? Because y'all are weird. You're weird and ridiculous. You guys take the words of people on Twitter and other social media platforms and run with it. Instead of, I don't know, watching a movie yourself, forming your own opinion. Then people want you to pick up on every piece of symbolism throughout the film. You cannot miss anything. Don't go on to film Twitter asking people for help to understand. You most certainly will have people who will publicly humiliate you for asking questions because...
Did you even watch the movie?
Obviously, they did. That's why they're asking fellow movie watchers for help to dissect and interpret the film. Then, depending on your opinion, you suddenly are incompetent and don't know how to watch anything. It's a losing battle. It does not matter. Yes, there can be interpretations that are completely off. I can't deny that, but people will cause an uproar over tweets that aren't implausible. The points they bring up can definitely be a topic of conversation when it comes to the film, but when there's seemingly a negative connotation behind their statement, y'all feel some type of way. Also, directors know there will be a multitude of perspectives with their films, even if they have a specific message they intended on sharing.
I just had to get a notification like right now.
None of us are new to the experience of coming from watching a film thinking, chef's kiss, 5 stars all around. I don't care, give me 15 more of these. And you go online, Letterboxd, and you see people completely bashing the movie you just watched. People forget you can watch movies to have fun. It might not be the best technically speaking, but if I truly enjoy myself and can't wait to watch it again, who cares? I will never forget nor forgive y'all for running IO off of Letterboxd, an app whose whole purpose is to share your thoughts on film. Y'all ran off a working writer, director, producer, and actor off of an app made to talk about films. Do you realize how stupid that is? Genuine question. She was confident in what she wrote. She was never disrespectful. I believe she said it herself that she wouldn't write anything that she wouldn't say in person. Do you know why that is? Because I was mature and can have conversations despite there being differing opinions. Something many of you are incapable of doing. There is no way that you believe everyone working in the film industry collectively share the same opinions on movies and TV. There's no way. There's no way you can possibly think that. They are right when they say it's the phones. Put the cellular device down. Put it down for a moment. For 2 seconds. Just try it. Y'all need to start accepting that we will never come to a complete agreement on how we feel about a movie unless you're Emilia Perez. That will be the first and the last time I ever mention that movie on this channel. If I ever bring it up again, I'm probably in some sort of life-threatening situation. I will most definitely say I love how people come together and defend the importance of film and movie theaters on Film Twitter. Film Twitter was not playing at all when it came down to the Netflix Warner Bros. Deal, which I also made a Let's Talk video about that some time ago. I remember when Ted Sarandos came back and was like, no, actually, we're just gonna keep the 45-day theatrical window, because when he said they was gonna cut it, people was not having that at all. So you know that got him. Considering how much time it has been since the deal initially was announced, now Paramount is trying to acquire Warner Bros, which I'm so tired. I'm so exhausted. Are y'all exhausted? The merger cannot happen. It cannot happen, especially since Paramount wanted to be funny and make a blacklist of the actors who were speaking up about Palestine. Yes, there is a genocide actively happening in Palestine. Not a single person should be reprimanded or punished for sharing the truth. I am begging and pleading that the deal does not go through and they manage to seize that and shut that down. Like, I'm so serious. But back to what I was saying, when film lovers can enthusiastically converse, it's truly an enjoyable experience, even when you don't agree on everything. I love that one tweet where the guy's like, after the movie, everyone should congregate in the lobby and just talk about the movie. I love that. For example, I've been loving the conversations regarding Obsession, which today is the 22nd, so I saw it on the 20th. Y'all, I need to go back and see it. Is that enough said? I need to go back. I need to go back to the theater. I need to go back and sit down and experience that again. Reading tweets on the premise, characters, technical details, it builds your excitement to sit and continue to immerse yourself in other worlds. Also, planning to see are y'all gonna see that? Backrooms is coming out. I'm gonna be in the seat. In fact, after this video is over, I'm just gonna go sit in the theater and wait for it to come. I need the movie. Community is built through spaces such as Film Twitter and Letterboxd. Tweets of alluring, skillfully color graded stills or an eerie clip from a horror reel people in, as well as Letterboxd contributing to the growth of young people, in particular interest in film. Recently, a Variety article came out revealing that Gen Z has become the most active cinema going demographic. I love that for us. This has occurred due to the conversations and engagement film-related media receives. Film Twitter is also a great space to share your work. Plenty of independent filmmakers take us along on their inspiring journeys. YouTube has also been a tremendous help in discovering new talent. I do know that in this current state, that this is the worst time to pursue your dream in film. But the truth is, there's no better time to work towards your dreams than the time you have now. Yes, we're all passionate. Yay, we all love films. I know we would ride at dawn for our favorite movies in a heartbeat, but do not poison your passion with ravenous behavior. Allow Film Twitter to be a space where people can respectfully converse and enhance their abilities on articulating their film opinions. It's pointless to have a superiority complex when it comes to your taste in films. If you religiously watch films from the 60s, great, that's awesome. If you predominantly watch films from the 2010s and post that's amazing too. Some periods you're watching a movie nearly every day. Then you blink and it's been a month since the last movie you watched. There is no right or wrong way to be a cinephile. We are all people who just really enjoy watching movies. Don't allow the internet to hinder you from being an individual who maintains their own thoughts. Not saying that your opinions can never shift, because that will happen. Sometimes you'll be adamant on your opinion regarding a film, but then you'll go and you'll read others' interpretations and you'll go, oh snap, you are making great points. That's gonna happen all the time, and that's how it should be. Anyways, to sum this up, everyone needs to shut up and either type your hearts away on your Letterboxd review or share your opinions with people in real life, because y'all clearly not, when I say y'all, I'm not talking to you specifically, you viewer. Many are clearly unfit to be normal on the internet. Again, nothing surprising. Talking about film is supposed to be fun. So stop ruining everything. I don't care, we'll have more Black, people of color, and women dominating the film industry. It must happen because I said so. It's very much simple as that. As an actor and now a novice screenwriter, director, it's always exciting to have conversations regarding films to continuously grow and expand. I know it's frustratingly difficult to see the lack of diversity in projects, but I truly hope that doesn't deter people from trying to put themselves out there. I can't allow that for myself. My fear of never achieving my dreams and living a life that I have no desire to live outweighs everything else. So we have to change the industry. I don't care. We have to do it. Seriously, shout out to indie filmmakers who are also casting new faces. I don't care. I will continue to manifest that I'll act in amazing projects, that I'll work alongside actors I admire. I'll write screenplays of, stories I'm passionate about, casting people, especially women who look like myself, my sister, shout out to my sister. Talk to cool, sensible people who can have actual conversations. And see you guys at the Oscars, because I know I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be sitting in a seat. Then I'm gonna sit and hear the nominations, and then I'm gonna hear my name, and then I'm gonna stand up, and then I'm gonna walk to the stage, and then I'm gonna be on the stage. Then I'm gonna be holding the award, which, by the way, everything's not about awards. In this case, I'm using it as an example. But back to the part, I'll be holding the award. Celebrating film is fun. Let's try to keep it that way. Okay, bye. I realized I never explained the purpose of the Let's Talk series I plan on having on this channel. It's literally just for me to briefly rant. That's it.